Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Heart to Palate. And today's recipe that I'm going to share is उपवास special, which is रताळ्याचा कीस. माझी आई नेहमी बनवायची आणि खूप सिंपल रेसिपी आहे पण अतिशय छान लागते. So I've taken about 4 medium sized रताळे, which is sweet potatoes, which I'm going to grate. So I just wanted to show you that whenever you're grating the sweet potato, make sure you just peel off one side, maybe 2/3 of it, and just leave the other peel on, so that when you're actually grating it, you won't grate your finger by accident. So make sure you always take out one portion, like keep at least 1/3 of the peel on, and then it's easier to grate. And also another trick is, whenever you are grating the sweet potato, always make sure once it's grated, you put it in the water, keep it soaked until you actually are going to use it, because it gets darkened because of the iron in it. So जसं बटाटे पण काळे पडतात, so you have to make sure that you always cover it in leave it in the water soaked until you actually use it. Okay, so before the use, you have to make sure that you squeeze out entire water out. In colander, you have to just make sure everything is drained out water, and then you're going to use it. Okay, so that's a trick step. So always make sure you peel off half portion whenever you're grating anything, so you accidentally won't grate your finger. So that's another trick. This is how it's going to look like once you grate it. So you're not wasting also, so you're utilizing every bit of it, and you didn't have any accidents either. I used to always add a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of soaked sabudana also in this, but I don't have it soaked today, so I'm just going to skip that step, but I'm going to show you the next step. सो रताळ्याचा कीस ही जी गोष्ट आहे ती माझ्या आईची मला अत्यंत आवडती गोष्ट आहे. शी यूज टू ऑलवेज मेक इट ॲज अन ऑल्टरनेटिव्ह टू साबुदाण्याची खिचडी, टापियोका खिचडी. सो इन्स्टेड ऑफ दॅट शी यूज टू मेक वन्स इन अ वाइल रताळ्याचा कीस, and this is made out of sweet potatoes, which I have grated them already, and I've made sure that they were soaked in water first, and I've squeezed out completely the water out of it. So before we use, you have to make sure that you squeeze out the water completely. I have taken about 4 medium sized sweet potatoes, and also I would like to point out that I'm using a ladle which is gifted by my best friend Purvi. Thanks Purvi on my 2nd anniversary of my channel, Heart to Palate. So love you loads, and I'm going to begin the recipe now. I've lighted the flame now. I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of ghee, or I've taken about 4 tablespoons of ghee or clarified butter. Let the ghee heat up a little bit. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of jeera or cumin seeds. Let it splutter a little bit. Now I've taken about 6 green chilies. Since I've taken 4 medium-sized sweet potatoes, for each medium-sized potato, I've taken about 1 1/2 green chilies. If you like a little spicier, you can go ahead and use 2 chilies per sweet potato. That's fine too. So let it splutter now. And as I told you, my auntie always used to add tapioca, soaked tapioca. So for about 1 sweet potato, you could take about 1 tablespoon of tapioca and soak it in water for a couple of hours and drain it. And that also she used to add in addition to the sweet potato, because that gives nice softer texture to your rataळ्याचा कीस. But I didn't have it this time, so I'm just going to skip that step. Since it's nicely spluttering, I'm going to add about finely chopped green chilies. About 6 of them I've taken. It's a very simple recipe. Let it splutter a bit. And I've squeezed out complete water out of this sweet potatoes, grated sweet potatoes, and slowly I'm going to add it. Keep the flame on medium itself. I'm just going to stir fry this. I'm not going to cover the pan because the thickness of these grated sweet potatoes are very thin. So if you close the lid, it will just become, mushy. So you just want to make sure that you stir fry it for a couple of minutes, and it doesn't take too long to cook the sweet potatoes either. Just छान परतून घ्या, and then I'm going to add the seasoning, which is simple. थोड़ा सा मीठ, I'm going to add salt, sugar, and then we are going to just garnish it with grated fresh coconut and coriander, finely chopped coriander. It's very simple, very nice alternative to your regular boring khichdi or some sabudana vada. This could be a nice alternative and very energy, packed dish. I'm going to just stir fry this for about another 4 or 5 minutes. At this moment, I'm going to add about 1 1/2 teaspoon of salt and about 4 teaspoons of sugar. We might need a little bit of salt more. I'm going to check it later. As I told you, do not cover the pan. To this, I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of roasted peanut powder. दाण्याचा कूट जे आपण म्हणतो. So I'm adding about 4 tablespoons of roasted peanut powder. That gives nice crunch to your bite. It's very quick to make. ऑफिसला जाण्याच्या आधी पण पटकन तुम्ही उपवासाच्या दिवशी बनवू शकता. It's very easy. Doesn't require too many ingredients either. Very simple. So it's been exactly 5 minutes that I was stir frying that rataracha keys. I'm just going to sprinkle some freshly grated coconut over it. And then I'm going to add freshly chopped green coriander. And the rataracha keys is ready just the way my eye used to make it. Love you, Ai, for feeding us amazing recipes. And while we were growing up, we had amazing food made by her. So this is one of the things I used to love that I used to make. And voila, your rataracha keys is ready. So तुमच्या श्रावण महिन्यामध्ये उपवासाना हा मस्त addition होऊ शकतो. So please give it a try. Thank you. So rataracha keys is ready to be served. The recipe is in the description box below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Heart to Palate.